when they're going through local towns, and they just create too much smoke. And it's mainly used as a switching locomotive or in local freight service. But because of the condition, we try to keep them in the yards. In this division, we operate 100 of this type locomotive, and about approximately 25% are in this condition. At least one of every 4 of this type locomotive should be either rebuilt or replaced.
Like all power units, locomotives require fuel and maintenance. This is where locomotives are serviced in the Chicago region.
Our service facility for just the service road units only has one stanchion on one side for the freight and one on the other side for our yard service. And we can only serve 60 to 80 a day with this setup, and if we had to increase facility, say go to 6 stanchions, then we could increase that 3-fold.
Our Chicago shop, designed for steam engines, is nearly 60 years old. It's one of 20 locomotive shops we operate. 15 of them, like this one, need modernization or replacement. Again, there is no money to do the job.
Well, the working conditions are pretty bad. The pits are too shallow, dirty, and you don't have the material to fix the things with.
It's not set up too good for this, you know, in a way where it throws you off. Just like you had to take these slacker decimals down. There's certain pits that you can't take them down on. There's certain pits you can take it on, because some pits over on the other side, the tracks are right down with the concrete. And just like this floor here, well, this is not a concrete floor. When it got it how clean you can put on. I put these clothes on this morning clean. And this is the shape it is now, and the day is never about gone. So you can figure that out. I what you're working into. Then once this stuff is all, you know, like it used to be it's manpower. We have no nothing, you know, can air wrenches and things like that. You should take things a little quick. Save a man, save time too. But otherwise, it's just a rough place to work.
Well, if I had to live my life over again, I'd never work for a railroad.
We do our best, but with improved service facility, we could probably increase our own facility's output by maybe 40 to 50%.
There's a terribly frustrating aspect to Penn Central's difficulties. Our few modern operations, like this locomotive shop near Albany, New York, show us on a daily basis how much operating expense can be saved with efficient facilities. They also demonstrate sharp improvements in employee morale and productivity.
The shop itself runs pretty smooth. The locomotives are progressed, and everyone around here works good. They work together very good. On a whole, this shop is capable of doing any repair job to any locomotive on a railroad.
This is our terminal at Columbus, Ohio, for handling trail van or piggyback traffic. It's one of 39 such terminals Penn Central operates. All are too small for this increasing traffic. All are rated in either bad condition or poor condition. Maintenance of these yards, as in so many cases, had to be deferred, not through choice, but because we simply didn't have the money.
You might characterize it as a situation where you have lots of people to come to your circus, but you can't put on enough performances to get all of them inside the tent. We want to do a better job, and we can do a better job, and our people want to do a better job, but we're just hamstrung, so to speak.
Classification yards, where freight cars are sorted out for routing to hundreds of destinations, are essential to the operation of a railroad. Penn Central has 14 major classification yards, which we call hump yards. This one at New Haven, Connecticut, is illustrative of 8, which are in similar bad condition.
locomotives are retarders. They're all operated manually by tower retarder operators. They're to slow the car down, space them right going in on the tracks, the various tracks, and to hold back on impacts. They've been here since 1925, and they're had it as far as the retarding of the cars. They just won't hold a heavy load.
They call this the toothpick machine. Wood blocks hold heavy cars partway down the hump so they will not hit the retarders with too much velocity.
It's an existence, not railroading. One thing breaks down and you get that fixed and up comes another problem.
Got a lot of deteriorated ties in the yard causing the rail to spread. And then you got your angle bars sitting on a lot of bad ties. You'll break an angle bar, show your cars way out like these are here.
On an average day, on an average good day, without a derailment, we average 1,300 cars in 24 hours humping.
They don't have many such days at New Haven. There have been 57 derailments there in 2 months, almost one a day. But that's not as bad as Cleveland. Our yard there has been averaging 5 or 6 derailments a night.
Track condition is the main trouble we're having. We've got 56 class tracks, and the yard should hold 1,300 cars, and right now we're down to 11 of these tracks out of service, which means that 325 car lengths of room is being wasted that we can't use. This means that we're switching classifications to tracks that actually the classification shouldn't be on, and we have to re-switch these tracks, which sometimes means 12 to 13 tracks a day. And by doing this, we're using at times extra switchers, which is money that we shouldn't be spending.
Money we shouldn't be spending. That's a key to Penn Central's predicament. We wouldn't have to spend a lot of it if our major yards were all like this one at Columbus, the only one we've built since the merger. It's a model of efficiency. Except for brakemen to uncouple the cars, it's a no-hands operation. A computer directs each car to its proper track. It also operates the retarders, automatically slowing cars regardless of weight or size to exactly the speed they need to couple gently to the cars on the track ahead. We take pride in an operation like this, for it represents modern railroading at its best. But for every dollar we save at efficient installations, we lose many more at antiquated and dilapidated yards. Penn Central operates 49 small classification yards. They're known as flat yards. 30 are inadequate, in poor condition, or both, like this one at Newark, New Jersey.